Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Hakumei to Mikochi, episode 3. So last episode, let me see. The first part of the episode dealt with Mikochi being selected as basically a singer for a festival, where they like show show appreciation or something to these spirits. The only problem was they actually had a contest for this, a bunch of people getting together and showing off their skill, and then somebody was selected. But then they added her on, which to me didn't seem fair. Because, if she didn't enter, then she shouldn't have been able to do it, but, whatever. It's their town, they can do what they want. The other girl wasn't too happy about that, because it was basically taking away from her time to, show what she can do. She played with a little harp, and she sang really well. But apparently so does Mikochi. Which is why they added her on. She was originally going to turn it down. But Hakumei talked her into continuing and going on with it. And then the next day comes up, and the other girl is kind of got a sore throat. She's not feeling so well. And they decide to go on together. They had no choice. They were going to go on together anyway. But she was more willing to have her on Mikochi on stage with her. So they go. They do their song. The chairs and all the different objects that the spirits are taking control of are dancing in the sky. It's a good time. The second episode, I think, the second part of the episode was my favorite part. And that was Hakumei and Mikochi were fishing. And Hakumei is trying to catch this big fish. I guess she's been after it for a while. And they talk about how there's been some kind of spirit fish that's been around that they've heard stories about. And not long after that, she gets something on her line, and it is a fish skeleton with a big light in its chest, if a fish had a chest. Basically down here there was a light. Mikochi passed out. Hakumei was rather surprised, but not passed out. And then the owner of the fish shows up. They take Mikochi to her place so she can rest, and she kind of explains what's going on. Basically, she's experimenting with life. She's using the light bulbs to power the skeletons, but there has to be some kind of energy going through it. Otherwise, it doesn't work. And there was some kind of device that she had made for the fish so that it would work. And she lost it, but for some reason the fish is still moving. Turns out that another fish had eaten it, and Hakumei caught that fish, and they ate that fish. And she saw the device, but I think ate it anyway. And what's been happening is the beating of her heart has been keeping the fish going, and has actually been making it go rather non-stop, basically. It's been it's been pretty exciting with this for this fish. Because Hakumei is so like, hyper and excitable and stuff that it's just making this fish go crazy. But they get it out and the fish calms down and they go home, and I believe this person sends them the thing again. And the final part of the episode dealt with the two of them and the old lady. She's not really that old, but kind of old lady that they know at the bar from the first episode. They were drinking coffee and having dinner, and she was talking about how her coffee maker, like the grinder, wasn't working. They couldn't turn it at all. So Hakumei offers to fix it. Because she's kind of good with that sort of stuff. So she says, okay, go ahead. See if you can do anything with it. But if not, then, don't worry about it. So she looks at it, and she says it doesn't appear to be anything wrong with it. So she takes some things apart and looks at them, puts it back together, but it doesn't fix the problem. And she was just a little upset because she had gotten it from her trainer, which, as you find out later, was her mother. It was basically handed down. And they're like, well, it's fine. I got my new one here, so it's okay. I'll just keep this one. And they go to bed, and then later, one of the spirits from the first part of the episode takes over the coffee maker, the coffee grinder, and dances out of the bar. I mean, they all see it because I think Hakumei was the one that heard something or like saw the bright light, and they all went out there and saw it leave. Basically, I believe it's the way it works is these spirits take over objects that have been well taken care of, loved by their owner, and then just goes off into I don't know where. I don't exactly know how it works. But that's basically the gist of it, if I'm getting it correctly. But yeah, that's everything that happened in the last episode. I don't know what to expect for this one, because it just seems to be some like 2 or 3 mini stories per episode, showcasing these 2 little people's lives. But I'm looking forward to see what happens. So the video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.